Boom. Greetings, everyone. In the tube once again. Beautiful day. I'm just waiting for Frank to log in. I think he said he was coming soon, so we should see him appear on the screen very soon. Today we're gonna look at the PT Plogs. Yeah, routine en français. The war against the sacred. There's definitely something going on. The democracy being more like democracy. And the media machine. Why? What is it for? Exactly. In French, I put the média, la machine des médias. Pourquoi et pour qui? For what and for who? It's all a bunch of lies and fabricated stuff anyway. So who is that for? Muggles. So yeah, Albanian for life. Shiv Narayan. Greetings, Albanian for life in the chat. Always an honor to see you guys log in. Definitely. So that's it. I was going to put the music video to start to kind of bring the vibe up. But for some reason, StreamYard doesn't let me share videos no more. So, yeah, Frank is here.
Hey.
Greetings, Frank. How are you?
Well, yep. Feeling positive. Another moon day. Happy to be logging in once again.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure and honor to evolve in love.
Yes.
With love, in love, rising in love.
For
no
love.
More falling. We're not falling no more. So, Frank, today I picked a routine, the war against the media, democracy, and no, not the war against the media. It's the media machine.
Right.
Media machine. Why? That's it.
What is the media machine for, right?
No, the war against the sacred.
War against the sacred, yeah.
That's the one that's a war against. So, I don't know. Maybe we can start with a routine.
Routine, yeah.
Sounds it's a good one. We have a routine to come here every moon day.
And that's it.
That's a good routine. That makes us evolve.
So. We're logging in so that we can keep the forward momentum.
Keep the vibe, keep the momentum, like you said.
Yes.
And to make sure we don't slip back into our old ways, and because it's easy to be there's so many forces in this world trying to keep you locked in place with no life. Like really freaking living dead. So you have to emancipate yourself from that. And I think that work is each and every day, every moment, and that is the work to be present in the moment, because a lot of people are not even there. I say it often. Why worry about them? They're not even there. Like, they're not even present. They're not even acknowledging their presence on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So first is acknowledge, and like PT said, the last talk we had with him on this whole acknowledgement stuff, that, someone made a picture also. And the first thing is to acknowledge that you are here on Earth. So I acknowledge that big time.
Definitely, right.
So, routine. That's on you, Frank. I have the French here. So we'll
very
go
nice.
After with the French.
All right, we'll begin with routine. Routine. When one pays attention to how people get by in their monotonous jobs/lives, the one word which brings itself forward is routine. Routine is the major weapon which most use to live their warring lives. It helps them stay healthy enough in body and mind to operate within the system, despite the amount of alcohol they consume or cigarettes they smoke. Some may ask, is routine the same as discipline? To that, it must be said that routine involves some discipline to begin with. But routine is not discipline. After a while, it just takes care of itself like a jet on autopilot. Routine is the crutch which helps people live long, boring lives. All the meals are had at set times, waking, sleeping hours are regulated, and most activities for the day are also regulated. Some professions, like school teacher, absolutely require it, and thus make the whole task of maintaining a routine easy. Other professions, like rock star, don't allow for it, and thus the early deaths and constant rehabs. People find it hard to function outside the solid construct of routine. It helps them to toe the line like horses with blinkers. When that routine security blanket is taken off, they feel very vulnerable because stepping out of routine means decisions, decisions, and more decisions. And decisions require clarity and individuality, something which is as foreign to the herd as desert to penguins. So the ones who, out of sheer boredom and frustration, step outside of the routine mode usually can't survive very long, quite simply because they have neither the discipline nor the knowledge. A million spontaneous decisions per day, and getting them all correct is not what they've been taught at school. They don't even have the luxury of a broadband line to God, which would continuously feed them the correct decisions. That requires a lot of humility, and humility is always out of the question. So they eventually give up and settle back into a routine of puttering about in the garden in between breakfast and lunch.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, la routine in French, it's the same word, routine, routine, almost pronounced the same too. So. Quand on observe comment les gens s'en sortent dans leurs emplois, leur vie monotone, le mot qui s'impose est routine. La routine est l'arme principale que la plupart utilisent pour mener leur vie tumultueuse. Elle les aide à rester en assez bonne santé physique et mentale pour fonctionner au sein du système, malgré la quantité d'alcool qu'ils consomment ou de cigarettes qu'ils fument. Certains pourraient se demander, la routine est-elle synonyme de discipline? Il faut dire à cela, la routine implique une certaine discipline au départ, mais la routine n'est pas la discipline. Après un certain temps, elle se gère d'elle-même, comme un avion en pilotage automatique. La routine est la béquille qui aide les gens à vivre des vies longues et ennuyeuses. Tous les repas sont pris à des heures fixes. Les heures de réveil et de sommeil sont régulées et la plupart des activités de la journée sont également régulées. Certaines professions comme enseignant l'exigent absolument et facilitent ainsi la tâche de maintenir une routine. D'autres professions comme rockstar ne le permettent pas, d'où les décès prématurés et les réadaptations constantes. Il est très difficile pour les gens de fonctionner en dehors du cadre solide de la routine. Cela les aide à suivre le droit chemin comme des chevaux avec des œillères. Lorsque ce doudou de sécurité de la routine est retiré, ils se sentent très vulnérables. Car sortir de la routine, cela signifie des décisions, toujours des décisions et encore des décisions. Quelque chose d'aussi étranger au troupeau que le désert aux pingouins. Ainsi, ceux qui, par pur ennui et frustration, sortent de la routine, ne survivent généralement pas longtemps. Tout simplement parce qu'ils n'ont ni de la discipline, ni le savoir, une multitude de décisions spontanées par jour, et les prendre toutes correctement n'est pas ce que l'on a appris à l'école. Ils n'ont même pas le luxe d'une connexion Internet directe avec Dieu, qui leur soufflerait continuellement les bonnes décisions. Cela demande beaucoup d'humilité, et l'humilité est toujours hors de question. Alors, ils finissent par abandonner et reprennent leur routine à flâner dans le jardin entre le petit déjeuner et le déjeuner. That's so good. That's so good because that's something that people are so comfortable in is the routine.
Mm-hmm.
We even say the routine is comfortable. The routine is, but the routine brings you to take the same step always, never stepping out of that routine and say, maybe I should do something else than repeat the same pattern all the time, the same decision all the time. Maybe stepping out of those decision that you take permanently will lead you to take better decisions for your life. Just saying, sometimes the routine, yeah, can be comfortable, but it can be destructive also. And that's what PT explains here. It can lead to your self destruction totally because you think you're in comfort, but you're not in comfort. It's very uncomfortable, that routine in the long run. But your brain has like cover it up for you to be able to process it each and every day, going back into the same routine, same workplace, same, always the same. Like some people will repeat their whole life from like 20 years old to 70-year-old, the same thing. Even after that, if you do the same thing for 50 years, there's a good chance you will do the same thing all your life.
Yeah.
But there's can be an awakening at any time. That's the good news. At any time you can snap out of this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Like totally. From 1 minute to another, you can have someone deeply asleep one day and totally light up the next. Like your enlightenment, your waking up can happen in a fraction of a second. You just have to acknowledge. Acknowledge. You are here. You should be present on earth from that moment. Wow, everything becomes so much more light because the routine is heavy also on you. The routine weighs heavy on you. So would you not like to travel this earth light and in the light?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all want to experience more light. That's good. Anyway, I speak for myself here. I want to experience more light, more
Yes.
sunshine, more, everything that has to do with light and being lifted, because you cannot be lifted to a higher realm spiritually if you weigh yourself down with that routine.
Yep.
Right? That's the gravity pulling you down. The real gravity is your routine. That's the
Mm-hmm.
gravity.
Right.
It's pulling you down. That's how I see it a bit.
Yeah.
So once you let go and you start to spread your wings and fly high like an eagle, don't fly like a pigeon, fly like an eagle, and you will find other eagles. When I saw Frank, I saw another eagle. I didn't see a pigeon. So I said, hey, come here, you. We
Yeah.
got to fly together, bro.
Let's
So,
fly high.
at
Yes.
one point, you spot those eagles in the sky and you're like, hey, we can do something together. You are flying at the same altitude.
Yes. Yes.
That's it. So that's my take on this.
Very cool.
Hey, it's on you, Frank.
Yeah. Yeah. This is I mean, like they all are in their own ways. This is a great Plog. And it's cool that PT addresses this, question is routine the same as discipline? Because discipline, let's see, the routine involves some discipline to begin with, but routine is not discipline in itself. So it is, right, a series of repeating the same things, but we have to ask ourselves, we have to question our routine. We have to take a clear look. We have to have some self-inquiry, right? Where we're like, okay, what is my routine actually? I get up every day, and then what is my kind of flow that I go about? Because if we can work and start implementing things to tie our routine to evolving actions, then that is going to be actually something that is going to be useful. Like if our routine is to wake up, whatever, make some food and these kind of things, wash up, get ready for the day, and then have some time where we are repeating the proper kinds of things. Because you mentioned like whenever we had first started, we're doing these things here because we don't want to get off track. We don't want to get sucked back into the dream, the nightmare that is, that is this reality currently, as far as like the state of consciousness and the way that beings are being directed and stuff like that. So, the Vedic, one of the pillars of like, how do we stay, conscious and aware is we have to speak things we have to speak truth. We have to repeat things that are meaningful. We have to remind ourselves. The nature of our consciousness at this time and in this realm is that we forget things easily. So we have to constantly be pinging the light. Hey, wait, wake up. Hey, come on. Let's remember, like, wake
up. I used to put that button at the end of the videos. I stopped at one point because I'm like, okay, they must be awake now.
Right.
But maybe I should put it back. Tuck, 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 wake up. Because it's every day. You must do it to yourself every day. Then knock, wake up.
Yes.
Because you can fall back easy.
It's not hard. And it's just like, when I was in high school, I learned a little bit and I got to practice and had some fun doing some stuff with lucid dreams. And so a lucid dream is when you, within your dream, you become aware that you're dreaming, and then you can start doing things that are of your own choice, and you're not just kind of swept along into the story or the plot of the dream, And so in some of those experiences, I would, realize that I was dreaming, and then I would, do some type of actions. Maybe I would go fly somewhere, or maybe I would, interact with the environment in some kind of curious way, because you're in a dream and things are very different. But it is very easy to get swept back into the plot, and all of a sudden you're not consciously acting in the dream anymore. You're just another character. Things are just happening to you. You have less involvement in actually taking conscious action to be able to direct the dream, to direct what you actually want to do. So I make that association, because that is very similar to like how life is for all of us. We have to take actions in which we're pinging ourselves. We're saying, hey, I am a being. I want my well-being. I exist here on this earth, and I have to work if I want to not get swept into the momentum at this time that is being cast out there to stay asleep, to just go along with the status quo, to don't question reality of the governments, even though there is so many questionable things happening right now, and they're making it more and more obvious. They're like, the alarm is going off. Sound the alarm, because everything that you see in the news, if it's not striking some curiosity in some beings, then what is wrong? Because
I wonder how people can buy into all that nonsense. Honestly,
this is so blatant.
I wonder how I've never seen it myself. The obvious lies and manipulation of the human consciousness, if you want to say.
Yes.
But yeah, it's obvious. Today it's obvious. That's why at one point you unplugged. Like, I don't want to hear your fucking nonsense. Freaking nonsense. I said I was not going to say fucking no more. Freaking nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. Those kind of things that we see happening, to me, are very similar to a very strange thing happening in a dream, in which you think about it later and you're like, why didn't I question that? Like, I shouldn't have just, seen it as normal that this very strange scene or a being was there that was doing things that aren't normally possible in reality. Yet I just accepted it. I just accepted it as this is the story that I'm observing and witnessing. And I didn't use any own self-inquiry or willpower to be like, wait, what's going on here? And so we see these things happening in our world today, and it should be starting to spark something within us that's saying, hey, wait, what's going on? I have some questions, and I really want to know something about myself, about this place that I'm in. Like, it seems like there's something going on, and I really want to start to, get some cues as to what needs to be done in my life. And so, anyways, getting back to this thing of the routine, I mean, the routine is how things can go on autopilot. So we want to be able to do things in our routine that's actually going to be helping us to climb the ladder of awareness, the ladder of consciousness into higher states. This whole process of evolution and living a natural life and refining our speech, becoming like more cognizant of like implementing grace into our actions. We want to live a graceful life. We don't want to be, like some slow and dull stooge. We want to be sharp. We want to be quick. We want to be ready for whatever is going to come to us, And so like PT says here, we're not taught in school. Let's see. So getting them correct, which is all the decisions. So when we break out of our routine that has been kind of given as the status quo, you get up, you have your coffee, you do this and that, you brush your teeth with your fluoride toothpaste or whatever, like that's what many beings are doing. But, we can actually choose something different if we start to, spark this question.
Like PT said, the moment you align yourself with nature, you're going to produce stuff that is aligned with nature. So there is other people that do not want fluoride in their toothpaste. So, well, they're going to make something without it. And there's a whole bunch of people making great stuff, great product. It's not only there is an abundance of scrap. I get it.
There is.
But there's also good stuff out there. Personally, I ditched the fluoride toothpaste and all this. I even used to buy the stuff from Australia, the high smile stuff. I was so crazy. Anyway, because my kid wanted it and they wanted flavored toothpaste. So I'm like, okay, at one point I gave it. But now I completely switched to a Nelson Naturals. It's a company out of British Columbia in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And they make all natural, like charcoal, activated charcoal and stuff. So, and it really makes a difference on the whitening of your teeth also. Like regular toothpaste doesn't even fix your teeth. Like anyway, do your own research. There's all kinds of good product you can put into your body and brush your teeth with and wash your clothes, and like it doesn't need to be intoxicated with toxin all the time. So
exactly right.
But also there is, you were talking about the lucid dream. I really like this. I really like this. I picked it up while you were talking because I think we have an inability to recognize. Many people, we all have eyes, but many of us lack vision.
Right.
That's the truth.
Yes. That's
okay. So you don't even have a vision to recognize the dream of life. Like we are in a lucid dream of the creator.
Yeah.
Like you can decide your action in this dream here at any time. But you don't, because decision is like something big. You take decision, but always within the system. Never something that would make you evolve, a good decision to evolve. So, no, you take good decision to devolve all the time. It's devolving. Like always going deeper in the pits of hell of this system. And that's where you decide to go. Decide to go elsewhere. Things will change. And recognize the dream that you're in. You are in the dream of the creator. After Christian always told me, he said, Yannick, he said, this dream is like the creator took a bubble and he said, blow air in it. And that's the dream we're in. Because the breath is the order placer also. Like that's how we speak with breath. You cannot do nothing if you don't breathe. You can't speak. Can't even exist without breathing. So, so definitely he took a good bubble and that's the dream we're in. But it seems like people are even inabilited to recognize that lucid dream of the creator that we're in, and it's a dream that is expanding also because there is more of us coming into this dream to make it. Now I get it. It's a bit barbarian, demonic. What's going on? but we can reverse that. It's up to us. Like
Yeah.
each and every one of us can change, and the whole thing change. But the change has to start with you recognizing the lies. Realize, recognize, realize. And that's it.
That's
So
yeah.
maybe you need to sharpen your vision a bit
Yes.
and your perspective and your perception of reality, and all this is faulty.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just you like to kind of get to retune yourself on the proper channel. You're
Exactly.
off the channel. So retune yourself to the proper channel and you're
Mm-hmm.
gone. You're gone because now you will be supported also by a higher and divine. You're going to be on the ride of your life. That's going to be the ride of your life. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
never going to stop and you're going to go higher, higher. But also in life, it's kind of necessary to have ups and downs, because that you go faster with ups and downs than in a straight line.
Mm.
And it's proven physically too. By
Oh, yeah.
experience, if you put something on a straight line, you will go lower than if something that's as up and down.
Uh-huh.
Because once you go down, you take speed, you go up, you know? So even physically, it's proven that ups and downs are good. So
Yeah, it makes me think
definitely,
of waves, the waveform,
yeah.
like the sigma function.
And we will all have ups and downs. This life is so challenging, and there's so much suffering in done by men and created by men and all this nonsense. So, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely we can act in this dream of life that we are.
Yeah.
We cannot just be spectator or watch what's happening. No, be part of the dream. Be
Hmm.
part of it.
Yeah,
That's what I
exactly.
intend
Yeah.
to do. Definitely.
Awaken, arise, and then like I just feel like the last point on this Plog was like the reason why people don't want to slip out of the routine so much is because there are so many decisions. Just like PT is saying, there's so many decisions to make, and people don't know,
Yeah.
And when you start making a lot of on the spot like wrong decisions, then you get a lot of like instant feedback sometimes that's like it's just hard, but what's great is through approaching life through like meeting those decisions with natural intelligence, then you can actually navigate things because like when we're doing these practices of getting on that divine frequency, centering ourselves, coming back to the center, and doing these natural lifestyle practices, proper speech, connection with nature, gratitudes to the earth, to the elements, to all the things supporting us, awareness of our posture, and then giving those praises and gratitudes to divine, like those decisions when we're in the moment become easier to make the correct decision because we
Yeah.
know which direction to go in. Is this going to be for my well-being? Is this going to be for the well-being of myself and others? Is this a harmonious type of decision to make? And so things can move forward like that.
And no one will be left out by the divine forces. Like it's there. You just gotta tap into it. It's within you. So once you find the divine within, the divine will find you also. Like you will be supported. You don't have to be live in fear and regrets, and no, just move forward,
Yeah.
forward to evolve. And if you have that vow to evolve, I think PT has even
Yes.
a plug on this. The vow. Am I saying it right?
Yeah. Wow.
Vow?
Mhm.
Wow,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yes.
The vow to evolve. Because this word vow, and I don't know. Sometimes I always say it wrong.
Right.
Sorry for my French, but it is what it is. I'm born in Quebec, and I speak French. So yeah, I came into flesh into Trois-Rivières, Quebec. Yeah, that's where I come from. So yeah, definitely. But I at one point in my life at 18, 19, I said, no, I gotta learn English. I gotta know what Bob Marley says in his song. So I
Yeah.
went to Vancouver, bro, for 2 years.
Yeah.
Boom. I came back, I was bilingual. That was it.
Yes. That's
So
amazing.
yeah. Anyway, that's just a little story. Truman story. Yeah. So the war against the sacred. Maybe we can go on with this one.
Yes.
We just spent half an hour on the first one.
Yeah.
but it's a
I
good
know these.
one.
I mean, they're so rich. They're so rich
It's
with
rich.
meaning.
Yeah.
You can take them apart for like forever. It feels like sometimes. There's always
PT,
new.
PT's writing is like a flan caramel. It's like a
Oh,
caramel flan. I make something, it's called a cocoa flan.
oh wow!
It's a coconut flan with coconut milk. It's
I would
super
like
good.
to try that. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
oh, it's super good. And it's smooth and onctueux, smooth. And so PT is like that. It's like a cocoa
Mhm.
flan.
Yeah. Yes.
PT's
Exactly.
writing, it's always a delight for the brain. Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely.
Yes. Yeah. In the spirit, right?
And it makes you feel, honestly, finding people like you and PT and others in
Hmm.
this world, all the artists and stuff, makes me feel so much less lonely also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
going on this road is going to be lonely, like the Jesus
Hmm.
road.
Right. Because
Like,
there's not
it's
many.
not
There's
that.
not many who are choosing to do this kind of life at this
Yeah.
time. So.
No, I have a great desire to evolve, so I'll be here again and again. I'll be here till I have no more breath in my nostril. Mark my word for that. Woman is here to stay. As long as YouTube don't kick me out, I'm
Right.
good. I'll
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
here.
Right.
So far, it's so good. I never had a strike on this channel or anything like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
I have no issues with copyright and stuff. And I
Uh-huh.
watch the information I put here because
Hmm.
YouTube, you cannot start talking about mid-school stuff and other like
Right. Right.
sensitive topic. So we're
Hmm.
gonna keep it to evolution, definitely.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. There's no rules on
I, I
that.
don't know much about anything anyway. Honestly, protein is another buzzword. Everyone says protein, protein, but nobody knows about protein, about this, about it's like.
Uh-huh.
So why would I talk about things I don't? I know myself. That's what I'll talk about, and I know us.
Yeah.
I know our emotions. I know I can relate to another human beings. But protein, what the heck is this? Even that, and it's the most buzzword in this world. Honestly, is protein.
Yeah.
Now
It
they
really
even
is.
make protein candy to sell to
Hmm.
people.
Yeah. Right.
Like how far it's gonna go? The buzzword. Like, come on.
Hmm.
Anyway, but that's what people are on a buzz here. They like to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Definitely.
the war against the sacred, Frank. It's on you. Let you take a
All
little
right.
sip.
Yeah. Wet the whistle. Now we can go.
Yeah.
All right. The war against the sacred. It is now the in thing to call oneself Devi instead of say Denise. Devi is an exalted Sanskrit term meaning goddess. These self-proclaimed goddesses have very goddess-like actions: chewing gum, getting drunk at every opportunity, sleeping with the first male that gives slight attention and praise. The list goes on and on. The fact that they are all hyper desperate and suicidal as well just adds to the flavor. The trend is now to give the self titles which it doesn't deserve: Shakti, Angel of Light, Tara, Goddess, Primdasa, Krishna, Mira, Bhagwan, Kali, Ma, Isis, Sadhvi, Sage, Buddha, just to name just a few among the thousands of titles on the internet. Can any of these people walk the talk? The answer is quite simply no, because they haven't the faintest idea of the real meaning of the word they're using, and they don't care. They can't properly pronounce their chosen name and term. They would rather get some fantastical temporary ego boost than really delve into something real. They're out there to they're out there to trivialize the spiritual and holy, and squeeze all sacredness out of every sacred term until it can be applied to a plastic Barbie doll. The Divine Davy Barbie series is not that far fetched a concept anymore. Their speed at copying slash mimicking any word, term, symbol is very close to, if not equal, to the speed of light. It's all as simple as pushing a button. No need to actually work towards a state. Just be it through calling yourself it. The bands in the West have also joined the club with all kinds of song titles like Amrita, while the corresponding sounds are the exact opposite. Visha, equivalent of hell's concentrated poison. A funny example was that after seeing the crop formation responses to my music, the local English folks immediately came up with a group they called response collective. Was there an actual response to RC? You guessed it, nope. Have came across techno acts calling themselves Shiva, etc. When when they would be the first to run if the real Shiv, erroneously known as Shiva, were to show up. The pretension has now reached levels beyond social cheap talk. It has now taken upon itself to take the real meaning out of anything real by demeaning it. Nothing is sacred in this desperate New Age nightmare scenario. There's no fear either, as there is no real belief that such forces do actually exist in the multiverse. Reference is replaced by poor imitation and false posing. The patheticness of this whole hollow scene grows with each passing day. Listen, these people want because of the inherent lack of sincerity. They've been brought up on Barbie dolls and plastic toy guns and don't really know or want to know the concept of sacred. Everything is just a fancy dress party in the land of make-believe. Through millennia of wrong attitudes, the impulse to pretend/mimic is much stronger than the impulse to learn/evolve. The principle-less breed known as the advertisers in Hollywood take the lead.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to... Okay, that's the last one. That's the other one before. I mixed up the pages while you were talking. I kind of lost... Okay, I think I'm good now. And that's the end. Okay, perfect. Okay, so la guerre contre le sacré. La guerre contre tout ce qui est sacré, divine, and it's a war. So, il est désormais de bon ton de s'appeler... Sorry. OK, strike two. Il est désormais de bon ton de s'appeler Devi plutôt que Denise. Devi est un terme sanskrit sacré, signifiant déesse. Ces prétendues déesses ont des comportements typiquement divins. Mâcher du chewing-gum, s'enivrer à la moindre occasion, coucher avec le premier venu qui leur accorde un peu d'attention et de compliments, et le fait qu'elles soient toutes désespérées et suicidaires ne fait qu'ajouter au charme de la chose. La tendance actuelle est de s'attribuer des titres qu'elles ne méritent pas. Shakti, ange de lumière, Tara, déesse, Premdasa, Krishna, Mira, Bhagwan, Kali, Ma, Isis, Sadhvi, Sage, Bouddha, pour n'en citer que quelques-uns. Parmi les milliers de titres que l'on trouve sur Internet, ces personnes sont-elles capables de joindre le geste à la parole? La réponse est tout simplement non, car ils n'ont pas la moindre idée du véritable sens du mot qu'ils utilisent et ils s'en moquent. Le poison concentré de l'enfer. Un exemple amusant, après avoir vu les réactions des CropCircle à ma musique, les Anglais du coin ont immédiatement formé un groupe qu'ils ont appelé Réponse collective. Y a-t-il eu une véritable réaction à RC? Vous l'avez deviné? Non. Je suis tombé sur des groupes techno qui se font appeler Shiva, etc., et qui seraient les premiers à prendre la fuite si le vrai Shiv, appelé à tort Shiva, se manifestait. La prétention a désormais atteint des sommets. Bien au-delà des vaines paroles sociales, elle s'est donnée pour mission de vider toute chose de son sens véritable. En la dénigrant, rien n'est sacré. Dans ce cauchemar New Age désespéré, il n'y a plus de peur non plus, car il n'y a plus de véritable croyance en l'existence de telles forces dans le multivers. La révérence est remplacée par une piètre imitation et une posture factice. Ils sont même incapables de prononcer correctement le nom, terme qu'ils ont choisi. Ils préfèrent obtenir une satisfaction éphémère et fantaisiste plutôt que de se plonger dans quelque chose de réel. Il cherche à banaliser le spirituel et le sacré et à vider de toute substance sacrée chaque terme sacré jusqu'à ce qu'il, cela peut s'appliquer à une poupée Barbie en plastique. La série Barbie, déesse divine, n'est plus un concept si farfelu. Leur vitesse à copier limitée, n'importe quel mot, terme, symbole est très proche, voire égal à la vitesse de la lumière. Tout est aussi simple que d'appuyer sur un bouton. Nul besoin de travailler pour atteindre un état. Il suffit de l'incarner en l'appelant cela. Les groupes occidentaux ont également rejoint le mouvement avec toutes sortes de titres de chansons comme Amrita, alors que les sonorités correspondantes sont l'exact opposé. Visa, l'équivalent de le caractère pathétique de toute cette scène creuse croît de jour en jour. Écoutez, ces gens ne le feront pas écouter. Le caractère pathétique de toutes ces scènes creuses croît de jour en jour. Écoutez. C'est ça. Coma. There was a coma. I had to make a pause.
Yeah.
So, ces gens ne le feront pas à cause de leur manque intrinsèque de sincérité. Ils ont été enlevés avec des poupées Barbie et des pistolets en plastique et ils ignorent ou ne veulent pas ignorer. Le concept de sacré, tout n'est qu'une mascarade au pays de l'illusion à travers des millénaires d'attitudes erronées. L'impulsion à freindre, imiter, est bien plus forte que l'impulsion à apprendre et évoluer. L'essence principe, une race connue sous le nom de publicitaire et Hollywood, prennent les devants. Si cela ne cesse pas, il n'y a pas de place pour une véritable évolution. Il semble désormais que le seul moyen d'y mettre fin est la punition divine. Like, that's what strikes me the most is the inability to these people here on this earth to recognize what's divine, what's sacred, and also they go and, like he said, use any kind of words and they associate it with their craft that they're doing without even knowing, without even pronouncing the word properly too.
Yeah.
Or writing it. So they have no clue of the origins of words and where they come from. And so they do not ask questions. They don't want to ask questions too. Like he says, no questions asked. We're just using it. And that's a buzzword. People will dig into it because Shiv is beauty and all that stuff. So they pretend also to have that internal beauty when it's really freaking nasty inside some people. But they just pretend to have that internal divine beauty when it's not there. You can show the beauty, definitely, but you have to bring it out. Like it's got to come out of you in speech. And when someone speaks beautifully and have a great divine speech, you can recognize it. Like he's not there to mess with your eyes. But if you're there to mess with my eyes, I will sense it. I'm off. If you mess with my eyes, I'm off. So be very careful. That's why I'm very careful here, especially on YouTube, the stuff I talk about and I want to bring up on this channel because it's all about evolution. So if I'm not bringing something, some content, that's another word that you're all being caught under the tent of Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
The words are a real struggle at times, but anyway, we'll get to it. It's just I don't want to use just anything to say, oh, I'm new, like he's just describing.
Exactly.
So definitely this whole war against the sacred is evident for me. It's there. It's just people cannot really perceive also the war. It's a war against you, against your body on every level. So you have to grow in awareness also. The name of the game is awareness here. Are you aware? First, are you aware you're here on Earth? That's the first question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you are aware of those facts, you will stop also encouraging the non-sacred that people are propagating, and just it's a masquerade. It's a masquerade of
Yeah.
propaganda, of nonsense, and people are buying into it because they live a very bored life too. They're bored, so they need some kind of unholy stuff to keep them busy or something. Like it's very and like he mentioned Barbie also. And
Hmm.
the word barb is a good word. Like the word barb come from barbarian, barbarian demonic. Oh, that tells you something, eh? Yeah, he said that
Right.
word often.
Uh-huh.
Barbarian demonic, and now you bring Barbie and Barbara and barbed wire and barb
Uh-huh.
this and barb that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, in French, this is called a barbe. Beard is
Oh,
barb,
right.
barb. And then
Interesting.
I'm going to climb on barbed wire and
Right.
barbarian. I question that root of the word a lot.
Yeah.
So definitely, I would not name my daughter Barbara. But I respect to all Barbaras out there. All
Uh,
respect to all Barbaras. Maybe you were not aware of all that stuff, but yeah, you know. Sometimes, even when choosing name for our children, we should be very careful. Like
yeah.
choose names that have significance, not
Yeah.
meanings, because that's what we do. We choose names that have meanings. You know,
Hmm. Yeah.
choose words that have significance.
Yeah.
Sign. Oh yeah, you will see the sign if your eyes are sharp. So yeah, so Frank, that's my idea of this one.
Yeah. Warring is the sacred. This one is just another great observation that PT is making on like what's actually happening in the world. I mean, all many of these things that he's speaking of, I have witnessed personally. I don't know if it's just the particular uh, people or groups that I've been around at different times in the place that I live, but definitely I have met uh, a handful of people who go by some titles of
Oh
some Vedic deities,
yeah,
which is just what I don't know. It's a trend, or it's popular, or I'm running for myself, and I don't want to be called.
buzzwords,
You know,
buzzwords that make people buzz like the protein, bro.
exactly right.
I think buzzwords.
But like PT is sharing here, it actually has there's some connotation, there's some meaning, there's some significance to what these words are, what they
Yeah, yeah.
signify, what they represent. So if you want to go by a title of something so holy and so high, like you should know something about it and actually try to do that yourself and not just um, it's just funny. Not just go not just faking it, there's so many great points that are, just ripe to unpack in this long uh plog. But yeah, like the trance thing, the electronic music trance. So I've also witnessed many people in those scenes. They have a fascination with, and there's nothing wrong with being interested and curious and have a fascination toward the Vedic antiquity, the deities, the stories, the legends, the energies, the explanation of things on Earth and in life through the Vedic lens. But you know, like PT says, those calling themselves who do their musical act or whatever is named Shiv or Shiva. He says they would be the first to run if the actual real Shiv was here. That they wouldn't be doing any justice to the representation of that energy, and so that should be contemplated, considered. That should be taken into your awareness, before you just slap a label on yourself or any type of music or things that you're producing. You should really kind of think it through and put it together in a well composed way. And in some ways, I'm like, yeah, I kind of get it, because like in the Vedic thing, like Shiv takes followers from any level. As long as you're expressing your praise to Shiv, then he will accept you as a kind of, I don't know. I don't know if devotee is the right word, because there's so many people who don't. They're so far from any type of awareness of how you operate in that kind of life. But anyway, I don't want to get into something that I can't speak on. But this is just it's so true. The war against the sacred. If anybody who was really like operating under these self-proclaimed titles kind of had even just an inkling as to what they were talking about, then they might rethink what they were going by.
Yeah, and Frank, also the names you named are very sacred, but also your name is very sacred. My name, we're all very
Yeah,
sacred. The whole
right.
humanity, like we're here on a divine mission. I know it. I feel it. I see it. Like I don't need to someone to tell me I'm on a mission. I know I came here for something. Like I don't know, unless you're too plugged in on TV and other nonsense. But also your name has a great significance. Like when I look at your name, like come on, shield. You're a shield, man. And Frank is honesty, when you're frank, you're honest, so you are a shield for the honesty. Like you really stand for your sacred name, just like
Yeah.
me, Yannick, and you keep saying Shiv
Right.
Narayan.
Right.
Well, my name
Yeah.
is Yannick.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
and lo, there's water. O is water. So
Yeah.
Yan and what, like all this makes a lot of sense now.
That's really cool.
My name, the name they given me, or the family I came in, or all
Hmm.
this makes a lot of sense. But also, you have to look at your name that they have given you. There is some
Yeah.
sacredness in there too, some significance in your name.
Definitely.
So I'm saying look for it, go to the root of your name and start to look at other languages where these letters reappear, like Shiv Narayan, that's in Sanskrit now.
Hmm. Yeah.
Wow, that's it. So my name appeared in the freaking Sanskrit. Oh,
Right.
that's big, bro.
Right. Right.
So anyway, so
But
that's
yeah, I
just
think
that for me. It's a source of motivation, inspiration, a clarity. Like you were talking about clarity before. Like
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. And to like really, be. It's possible for any of us to, you know, earn respect, earn a higher life through proper action. So, like, whatever any of our names happens to be, we can work to, have a respectable personhood. And so, we should work to, do things like that. And another point just to make on this, the war against the sacred. I mean, all of these kind of terms have just been so loosely thrown around willy nilly, just to water everything down,
Yep.
and really dilute any concept that there is actually that life is sacred, and that there are energies operating, orchestrating all of this magic world to even happen. And so the more that the war against the sacred, the more that people don't respect or kind of dilute and water down all these sacred terms and concepts and meanings and things like that, the easier it is for people to kind of just be disconnected. And so what we're doing here, we're trying to, rekindle the flame, our connection with divine, our connection with what's our purpose here. And we definitely don't want to be in war with the sacred. We want to be in harmony with the sacred. So
No, I was looking at the word concept because we're talking about concept, and it's always a word that rings something in me because you have the sept in there.
Uh-huh.
The Catholic people have a scepter. You know that
Right.
thing, the scepter, and then you have the word sept in French. Seven in English is sept
Seven. Nice.
in
7.
French.
Yeah.
So sept, sept,
hmm
and then you have concept.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I don't know. There's something there.
How's
I'm
it
just
come?
saying.
Right.
I have to dig more, but there's something that
Yeah.
rings in my head all
Uh-huh.
the time with that word concept. Because here it says concept was borrowed from late Latin conceptus, from Latin concipere, to take in, conceive, receive.
Mm.
But I also heard that concept was, concept, exactly, to receive the con.
Right. That's a
Concept
curious.
is an idea conceived in the mind. Same like the weeks are just conceived in your mind, the set 7 days of the week
Right.
7. Anyway, I won't do my reflection here. I'll extrapolate on it by myself. But yeah, now it's just doing it live. So anyway, so that's it for today, Frank. I think we
Yeah.
won't start the other one because we're at our hour mark. But
Yes.
we have a Demon Cressy and Media Machine the next. Plus, I'll add 2 more. I'll check on his website and
Yeah, and
I'll
we'll
keep.
just keep towing the line, tracing it down.
Even I think those 2 will take the whole hour. So
Oh yeah.
the
I mean
Demon Cressy.
they're so full of
Yeah, they're
yeah,
rich, like
good
you
stuff.
said.
Yeah, they
It's
really are.
rich reading. Rich
Mhm.
reading. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
that's it. We are officially signing out. It was a great honor. Anyway, me, I'm just giving thanks for life. I'm so happy to be alive and just here
Same.
breathing and healthy
Mhm.
and like capable to speak and just this is it. Anyway. So I'll do something with my life and we'll see where it takes us.
That's it.
That's it. So large up, Frank. Large up, everyone in the chat. Millions of you watching across the earth. I don't know if there's million. Anyway, that's what I imagine one day.
Maybe one day,
Maybe
right?
one day. You gotta keep pushing. Yeah, definitely.
That's it. That's it.
Pushing for evolution.
Yes.
So, end stream, we are at. It's
See you
all
in the
done.
next one.
See ya.